Hi there, welcome back. It's nice to have you with me. Today I'm going to be working on this 8-inch square canvas. It's a stretched canvas and I've just prepped it with a couple of coats of titanium white paint. I'm going to do a little bit something different today. I'm going to work with this photograph of some flowers, but I'm going to show you how I abstract it. First of all, I've just covered it with a little bit of pink and white to get a nice base, and you can see it's now dry. This is the photograph, it's actually a calendar, but what I want to do, I don't like that large flower at the top there. I'm going to move that round and put that at the bottom. It, for me, is more comfortable, it gives a little bit more of a solid base to work on. So what I've done is really just gone in roughly with a silver acrylic pen, and I've just made these shapes just to signify the flowers that I want to include. This is now dry, and here's my little bit of a test palette. So I'm going to be using that lovely soft pink, a little bit of a sort of fleshy colour, and some lovely greens. And I'm going to work with a mixture of paint and also some acrylic inks. This is one of my favourite pinks, Pink Blush, Rowney. I'll put all the colours as usual in the description for you. So those are the paints, and we'll use some of the I think these are going to just be the main ones today, these inks. And again, I'm going to use a mixture of brushes and palette knives. So first of all, just using the colours that I've already got and just adding them in roughly into some of the areas. I do keep checking the photograph, but I don't want to follow it slavishly. To abstract means to take an idea from something rather than absolutely copy it. So I can smooth that paint. That palette knife is really useful for smoothing paint on and softening it when I have applied it with a brush. So again, I'm just adding some of the white and some of that lovely blush pink colour. You can see it's starting to sort of deepen. I've got the white acrylic ink here, which is very opaque, so whatever colours this mixes with, they will become opaque as well. And this is a lovely sap green ink. These are the Rowney inks, and I'm just going to give that a quick squirt and get it to do its exciting thing of moving where the water is. Quick bit of a tilt there to get it to move. And I'm using this spatula. I like this because it's got a lovely pointed end. So it's got a broad edge, but it's also got that lovely point. So it means that I can actually direct that and actually push it into little lines and shapes. And you can see I've just transferred some of that down to that bottom right hand corner. I've picked up some of the ink if it's too thick and actually just moved it to other areas. So we're not wasting it, we're just applying. I'm going in neat with some of that lovely peachy pink. And this is a really red ink, which sounds a bit daunting, but actually it's quite a nice reddish pink. And I'm going to brush it in, then mix with some white. So what we'll get is a nicer, softer, sort of rose pink colour. All these colours complement each other very nicely. There we go, smooth that out. And picked up some of that, so I'm going to move that up there because I know that I've got a pinkish sort of flower at that end. This is working quite intuitively. It's just putting different colours to balance them, checking the reference photo, and just working with these very simple colours. Not a great deal of detail. I'm not worrying about painting every petal, every little stem, pulling that lovely ink. You can add so many lovely layers with acrylic paints. You can soften, you can hide things if you're not keen. You'll have noticed that those original pen marks that I put on are really disappearing quite a lot under the paint. That's okay, I don't mind. Some of them will still show through, and I will probably go over later anyway. So you can see this is just a case of adding in paint, blending, drop a little bit more of that lovely white ink. See how it stands out against that peach, it's beautiful. And just applying, thinning it out, softening. Lovely, sweeping it across. That bright pinky colour is now softened so beautifully. We can actually add a little bit more in for some more depth. Just dropping it straight from the dropper from the bottle, very useful. If you don't like to do that, you can always use the brush. You can just drop it onto a damp paintbrush and just apply it that way. How easy it is to blend the paint and the inks together with the palette knife while it's on the canvas. And then you get some of these beautiful shapes forming. You can pull that out. You can soften areas if you want, use the brush. And again, pulling, just going into different directions. It's still got a sense of being flowery. Now, before I actually finish with this, I actually caught a piece of paint with the palette knife, so I decided to make the marks and just make it look deliberate. Nobody's going to know except for all of you, my friends, who are watching. So I've left this to dry and now I've come back to it. I'm going to add a little bit more white under this green area, and again I'm going to start adding some layers of depth, darkening those colours in areas that I want them to be highlighted. Remember that in order to make those light colours look so pretty, we do need the darker areas as well to complement them. If you look at a plant or a flower, there are areas of shade, areas of darker colour. It's all part of the beauty of them, so don't be afraid to add a little bit of dark colour in. And I'm mixing that red in with that green, because it makes the most beautiful colour. Red and green together make a very nice sage sort of green. It's a very natural green. A bit more of the white ink. That's lovely. And that will just soften that colour down. It's starting to come together. And I'm still looking at the reference photo, but again, I'm not looking at every little flower and trying to reproduce it. I'm getting a general feel on this painting of flowers. So pulling that lovely ink out with the end of that spatula, it's perfect. You can make really quite thin lines with that. Now turn the canvas around, because don't make life hard for yourself. If you're struggling and you've got an angle to get to, turn the canvas rather than trying to contort yourself. You can always move it back. And again, now I'm dropping in the colour with the brush. So I've just literally taken the dropper out of the bottle, applied it to the brush, and then taken the brush to the canvas, just to have a little bit more control and just to direct the ink where I want it. You can see it's much easier to drop it in. You can still use a soft brush which is wet, and then what we'll get is a sort of watercolour effect, which is really pretty on a flower painting. We'll just add a little bit of green in that corner to balance. And now I'm just going to add in some more flowers and use the palette knife again. And as you can see, I'm actually making use of the end of the knife to create the shape. So I'm just pushing the paint on. It's quite thick. That's okay. As we will remember, hopefully, acrylics dry darker than when we actually apply them. So you can always lighten them up. And adding that little bit of white highlight just gives a little bit of texture and balance. And I quite like that effect there. And I'm going to add to that and pull out some little strips into that paint. And then I'm going to drop in a little of that brighter pinky red to suggest the form of those flowers. I'm not worrying again about every petal, but they're starting to create a shape. Now, just for a little bit of sort of contrast, I'm using the liner brush to just put some spatters of the red, and I'll add a little bit of green ink as well. And now I've actually switched to the Liquitex green, which is actually slightly darker, and it's also more transparent. So it's going to give a little bit more depth to this particular shape. This I don't quite know what you'd call them. They're sort of a green, like a cone. And the base of this other flower down here is quite a nice darker green. So again, it's just adding that lovely depth and that lovely contrast between the darker and the light colours. And pulling that out to suggest sort of leaves, a little bit of tendrils. And now you can see I've actually gone in with that silver pen again and started to add in a little bit more shape. I'm quite pleased with how this has come together, and it just illustrates how you can abstract designs from a picture without following them slavishly. So do please have a go at something for yourself. Please don't forget to subscribe to watch more, and I look forward to seeing you again. Keep painting. Thank you. Bye bye.